My Line? Brought to you by the yellow pages in your telephone book. Now you can wear out the yellow pages instead of yourself. And now let's all play What's My Line? And now, live from New York, let's meet our What's My Line panel. First, Columbia University's gift to television, the beautiful and talented Miss Sue Oakland.
The man on my left is an old friend of What's My Line, and we've missed him. And it's a pleasure to welcome back Tony Randall.
And it's a pleasure to welcome Arlene Francis, too.
And now a gentleman who is a direct hit from coast to coast, and as far as I know, has never struck out, Mr. Bennett, Cerf.
Well, this was my lucky week. I went to speak in Boston on Thursday night and found that John Daly had been there Wednesday night. He had gone up to his Tilton school, I guess, which he always does. And here he is, our famous panel moderator, John Charles Daly.
Now, this was by way of being my New England week. And I must say, Bennett, you have an enormous number of friends up in Massachusetts, which puzzled me, and I'm still trying to find out how it happened. But, Arlene, we had the Deaconess Development Dinner on Wednesday night, and there must be 50 personal messages to give you from all of your friends from the medical fraternity in Boston.
Good. Thank you.
Boston is, as you all know, Arlene's hometown.
And I'm proud of it.
And they're very proud of you, too. And to celebrate all these great occasions, we have Sue with us and Tony with us, and so we're really laying on a celebration tonight. Get your masks on right away. We're going to have a special night. We're going to have 2 mystery guests tonight. So you're duly and properly warned, and we'll meet our first mystery guest as soon as you tell me that your blindfolds are all in place.
Yes, sir.
Are they now in place?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Well, fine. Will our first mystery challenger enter and sign in, please? A gentle reminder, panel, that since we are starting off with a mystery challenger tonight, we use the other form of questioning, one question at a time in turn, moving clockwise, and we will begin with Bennett Cerf.
Well, that deep-throated roar I heard from the audience sometimes denotes a gentleman from the athletic field. Are you famous for any kind of athletics?
Yes. Miss Oakland?
Well, they tell me that today was the last day, the positive last day of a certain season. Do you have anything to do with football?
Yes. Tony?
Are you an active player?
No. That's 1 down and 9 to go, Miss Francis.
Do you have anything to do with that remarkable organization known as the Green Bay Packers?
Yes.
Are you the coach?
Sure.
Yes.
Vince Lombardi?
Vince Lombardi. And you know, there's one thing when you see Vince, when he was playing at Fordham, he was what I have to go back into the history books a bit for this. What was it, about 10 years ago when you were playing at Fordham?
Just a few years
ago. And you were one of the 7 blocks of granite. Is that not right?
That's correct.
7 blocks of granite. And this past season, of course, he merely proved again that he's not only head coach and general manager of the Packers, but he is the coach in the whole professional football field. And, we want to congratulate you.
John, might I tell Vince Lombardi something I'm sure he doesn't know? The Giants would like to have you back.
Vince, you were up at West Point also for,
yes,
what?
6 years with Red Blake.
With Red Blake. That's how I knew, because I know Red. He's one of the finest men, and we were talking about, the days. You ever heard of the great Charlie Daly, Vince?
Oh, very well.
That was my second cousin. That's as close as I ever came to getting any fame. But you weren't at West Point. Charlie was there, anyway.
A little bit before my time.
He's a great football player. Let me ask you a question. I don't think Charlie Daly ever weighed more than 150 pounds when he was quarterback at Harvard and then later at West Point.
He was quite slight, John.
Could he play today, or is it...
I doubt it.
You'd have to have a little more than that.
I couldn't play today either.
You couldn't play today? A block of granite? Oh, well, I must say
Lombardi,
that...
what's the toughest team you faced this year? Was it Dallas?
Well, we have, I think Baltimore and Dallas, they're all about the same level, Bennett. They're all tough, really, week to week.
With one or two exceptions.
With one or two exceptions.
But you sure are the toughest.
Well, we are much pleased that you'd be kind enough to give us a chunk of a Sunday night and come down to New York to see us. And actually what we wanted to do, because we speak not only for our own crew here, but for everybody. We're proud of the kind of football you play, and we congratulate you on the excellence with which it is played under your direction,
Well,
sir.
thank you very much,
Thanks
John.
very much.
Wow.
It's nice to have you here. We'll have another contestant for you in just a moment after this word. And now to meet our first regular contestant. Will you sign in after you've entered, please? Helen Cohen, right, ma'am? Is it Miss or Mrs. Cohen?
Mrs.
Mrs. Cohen, where are you from?
Blythe, California.
Blythe, California.
Yes.
Where is that, south?
It's south on the Colorado River.
On the Colorado River. It's nice to have you with us. And Mrs. Cohen, may I present our panel? Will you join me over here, please? And we'll let the audience in the theater and the audience at home know exactly what your line is. All right. Panel, we can tell you that Mrs. Corwin is self-employed and deals in a product. And we will begin things with Tony Randall.
Mrs. Corwin, is this product a living thing?
No.
1 down and 9 to go, Miss Francis.
I'm off and running.
Is it a product that any of us on the panel might have?
Yes.
Is it a product that is owned by men as well as women then?
Yes.
Is it found indoors?
It could be.
Is it a useful product?
Very.
Can I hold it in my hand?
Yes, you could.
Would I ever put it in my mouth?
No, that's 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mrs. Cohen, does this product of yours ever grow in the ground or near the ground?
No.
No. 3 down and 7 to go, Miss Oakland.
Is it something that would be likely to be used for a special purpose?
Yes.
Do you do something with it?
Yes.
You gave a kind of hesitant answer about using it in the house. Would you be more likely to use it outside?
Yes.
Yes, and I believe the question as originally posed was, could you find it in the house? We will agree that it could be found indoors. That was the exact phrasing.
Yes, I see. But if you were using it, you would use it outside.
Yes.
Do you put it on in any way? Or is it, other than in your hand, I mean, is it in some way put on the person?
No.
4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Randall.
Mrs. Corwin, does it have moving parts?
Yes, it does.
Are any of these parts wheels?
No.
Nope. 5 down and 5 to go, Miss Francis.
Is it used in any kind of sport?
Yes.
Is it mechanical?
No.
6 down and 4 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mrs. Cohen, isn't Blythe somewhere near the Salton Sea? Isn't there water and near where you are?
It's on the Colorado River.
Does the product that you are concerned with, is it ever used in or near the water?
Is it ever used in or near the water? I would say we'd have to agree. It could be used in or near the water, yes.
But it is never done, you don't use this product if you're doing something in or on top of the water. Is that correct? Necessarily? It's not primarily connected with water.
Right.
In other words, nothing like a boat or a water skis or anything of that sort, correct?
Or a glass.
Is this product used by the military?
No.
Small constant. We want to be fair.
I know you do.
We will now pause 1 minute for something or the other. Now, we will agree that this product is used by the military.
But it is not dangerous, this product. Is that correct?
No.
It shouldn't be. Right.
And you say it can be used in a sport?
Yeah.
Is it ever used by one nationality in particular?
No.
No. 7 down and 3 to go, Miss Oakland. In the military?
It's then not a boomerang, yes. It's some sort of implement that you hold in your hand.
Now, we have said that it could be held in the hand.
It could be held in the hand. Then again, what you're implying then is that when it's in use, it is not necessarily in the hand.
I don't mean to imply anything. I was merely saying that what we... No implications to be had or inferences to be taken.
And there was none of this has been gone over then. Then when it's in use, is it touching any part of your body?
Yes.
Not your hand.
Let me say that it not necessarily. This is not to say that the hand could not come in contact with it, but you wouldn't tend to have the hands steadily and consistently. Right.
Is the part of the body that it comes in contact with below the waist?
Could be both.
Yeah. Yes, we'd say yes. Mm-hmm.
It comes in contact with a large area?
Depending on how large an area you have,
Speak for yourself, Miss Oakland. Yeah.
Yes?
Uh-huh.
Can it come in contact with, well...
Careful, Phil.
But it's not on. Remember, it's not on. It's not worn. It's just touching. And it definitely has something to do with a sport.
We said it could be related to a sport.
Does it come in contact with the leg?
Yes.
Does it come in contact with your feet?
Yes.
Does it do something to the body?
No, not that we know of.
Oh, good.
8 down and 2 to go, Tony Randall. This is very good.
Yeah, I feel that I'm on to it now.
Good show. Then you've got it.
Yes, by George, I think I haven't it. Anyway, if we were to divine what the sport is, would we then be pretty sure of knowing what the...
I wouldn't spend too much time trying to divine what the sport was. I would pay particular attention to the fact that it has been said that it could have a relationship to a sport.
But it is not clothing, and it has moving parts. Is that correct?
It does have moving...
Having established that...
Right.
And finding myself in a black cul-de-sac...
Right.
I'm passing to Arlene.
Does this, whatever it is, go up and down ever?
Sometimes.
Is it springy? By that I mean, when this is in use, do you put your feet on any part of it?
Yep.
Yes.
You do. May I rule out pogo stick? It's nothing like that.
Yeah, I'd rule out pogo.
Does it have any wings that flap?
No. What did you have in mind?
One of those can't think of what they
An
are.
aeroplane.
No,
Oval
something
right.
that goes along the ground.
Glider.
Next week.
Glider.
9 down and 1 to
We've
go.
eliminated wheels, haven't we, Mr.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was one of my slight contributions to this otherwise worthless procedure.
Can a person get on top of it or inside it?
Yes. Don't say any more than yes.
Might it be useful when one is sleeping at night?
Actually, let me say that historically and traditionally, it is said to have had a very useful application in just this area.
Now, can I eliminate sleeping bags and things of that sort?
Mm-hmm.
Can I eliminate... Yes, it has to have moving parts, doesn't it? Is this used in transportation of any kind?
Mm-hmm. You
Yes.
should say so. Mm-hmm.
It is, but it has no wheels.
Mm-hmm.
I think I know.
Would it be anything used in snow?
You could use
Yes.
it in snow,
Well,
yes.
can I eliminate sleds and skis and toboggans?
If you want to cut them out of your life, you certainly may.
Well, Tony says he knows what it is. I'll
15
defer to
seconds
him.
for a cut.
I know what it is.
Well,
What?
all right.
Parachute.
Oh, good boy.
It's not a diving board, is it?
No, it's not a diving board.
exercise.
Bennett?
No.
No,
a parachute, right?
Cycle has wheels.
But it doesn't move. It just...
Actually, Mrs. Corwin makes and repairs saddles.
That's a lot like a parachute.
You mean you need a parachute on, some of us, when we go on the saddle. That's
You
right.
go up and down. That's funny.
The thing I can't understand, really, Arlene and Bennett, you know, because Mrs. Cohen has a shop in Blythe, and you know this, called Cohen's Leather Shop, right? I don't understand why you didn't remember it.
We've been there so many times.
No, Mrs. Cohen was right here with us 8 years ago. And you did this all 8 years ago, and now you're doing
Pulled
it
us
again.
before, too?
Yep, pulled you before, too.
Gotten to look so much like Mary Martin, I didn't recognize it.
But it was great fun. Thanks very much. It was nice to have you back, man. Good to see you. And Mrs. Corman makes wonderful saddles. You can get one for $250 to $600 without any real silver work on it. If you want some silver work on it, it'll be a little expensive. How's that? Well, we meet tonight's second mystery guest in just a moment, but first, this message. And now the second special feature of tonight's program, the appearance of our second mystery challenger. When the blindfolds are all in place panel, we will proceed. Are they in place?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Will our mystery challenger enter and sign in, please? All right. All right. Once again, panel, back to one question at a time, in turn moving clockwise, and let's begin everything with Arlene Francis.
Are you a member of the theatrical profession?
Yes.
Mr. Cerf.
Golly, you're popular. Are you one of those singers that the kids love?
Nope.
1 down and 9 to go, Miss Oakland.
The applause was so long. Is there only one of you?
Nope.
2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Randall.
I don't quite understand. There's more than one person there, but only one person is answering?
For the moment, yeah. But actually, we would, we'd expand this, given enough opportunity and time.
Give them an opportunity.
All right, I'll give you opportunity and time. My question is the other person a girl?
No.
3 down and 7 to go.
I'm not convinced.
Arlene.
You're all fellows, but you don't sing. Is that it?
Yep.
Are you appearing in a club as an act?
Nope.
That's 4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Are there more than 3 of you?
Yep.
All right, Miss Oakland.
Oh. And there's no music connected with this in any way? Has that been established?
I don't believe it has. You could inquire if you'd like to.
Is there... Do you make music?
Yep.
Oh.
Mr. Randall?
You are a group that makes music.
That's very good.
Good thinking, Randall. Now, obviously, my job is to discover which group you are. Right?
Right.
I pass to Arlene.
You can't keep doing that.
No, I narrowed it down for you.
All right, you're a group that plays and you don't sing. Yes.
I could have got that.
Are you hip rather than symphonic?
Sure.
Baby.
A voice told me something, Dan.
Did you want to take a stab, Arlene? You looked as though you wanted to.
No, I'm thinking of they sing too, though. They don't just play. I can't think
All
of
right,
anybody
that's
that just plays.
Mr. Cerf.
Are you a band rather than an orchestra?
Yes.
Miss Oakland.
Are you the Tijuana Brass?
Unprecedented is almost a cliche, but the success that you've all won is unprecedented. Well, you've got 4 albums now. Seven albums in the bestseller. Herb Alpert is the boss, and Herb, would you please introduce the fellows?
Nick Ceroli on your left, John. And Tawny College. Nick is our drummer, Tawny trumpet player. Bob Edmondson, trombone. John Paisano, guitar. Lou Pagani, piano. And Pat Senator on bass.
Why didn't they bring their instruments?
I must say, Herb, without painting the lily, I guess you brought brass instruments back into their proper place in the scheme of things. Mrs. Daly is one of your most devoted followers. And
things have been pretty nice for us.
Mr. Alpert, what company releases your records?
A company called A&M Records, owned by myself.
Owned by you.
and my partner,
oddly enough,
my partner Jerry Moss.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Actually, as a sidebar, and of course it was a tragic thing, but not as tragic as it might have been, the Great Fire in Chicago, you know, at McCormick Hall. Fortunately, nobody was hurt, was it?
We started our tour about 10 days ago, and we were playing at McCormick Place for 4 nights. And a week ago, last Sunday night, we really brought the house down.
You?
Well, the only reason we can joke about it, but, you know, it's not the type of thing you'd want to joke about, but luckily enough, we all realized it could have been a lot worse. And we're very indebted to one of the stage group, Pete Mancini by name, who saved all our instruments, because the first report we had was that our equipment was under 4 feet of water.
For Lord's sake. And Mancini had gotten all your equipment out?
Yes.
And nobody was hurt, so it was a great night. For the Tijuana Brass and for all the rest of us. Thanks very much.
John, I would like to say, if I might,
yeah.
we're on our way back to Los Angeles, where we're working on a special for CBS.
That's it.
The Singer Sewing Machine will be shown April 24th.
Right, I should have
9 o'clock.
April 24th, 9 o'clock on CBS.
Yes.
Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. Right. Well, you've been very interesting tonight, and our overall panel have done very well. We'll all be back after this. Well, Miss Sue and Tony, once again, it's been very nice to have you with us. Hope you had some fun. We pulled a few surprises on you tonight.
Lovely to be back.
And good night, Miss Sue Oakland.
Good night, Tony, and good luck with your new record, Bodio.
Bodio.
Oh, you can hardly wait.
I know. It's a big thing the world's waiting for. Good night, Arlene.
Think you'll replace the Tijuana Brass?
I have my own problems.
Good night. Good night, Bennett, dear.
Weren't we stupid about that lady with the saddle?
Yes, frankly,
Good
you
night,
were.
John. Yes, we were.
And it doesn't take a lot of brass to say it, either. How's that?
Good night, John.
No, good night. Good night, Arlene. And good night, Tony. And thanks to all of you for being with us on What's My Line?
What's My Line is a CBS television network production in association with Mark Goodson and Bill Cotton. Miss Frances Gown is from Bonwood Teller, Miss Oakland's dressed by Oscar de la Renta. This is Johnny Olson speaking. brought to you by new Hidden Magic, the hairspray that works magic on your hair and holds without being sticky, regular, or extra control.